Pandemic, the charity Guide Dog faced a shortage of volunteers to raise puppies. It's a story we've been covering on the programme over the last year.
Well, since we first reported on it, hundreds of people have applied to help foster guide dog puppies. Our correspondent Sean Dilly has been catching up with some of these success stories who are spending a first Christmas with their dog to see how their lives have changed.
Thank you so much for helping my elves. That's so very kind and clever of you. Hello.
Reintroducing Rebel.
Oh, that's marvellous, marvellous. Oh, now, Rebel is on the good list, isn't he?
He's on the very good list, and by summer 2024, it's hoped he'll be on the Guide Dogs Ready to Train list.
He's an absolute little treasure, really.
Earlier this year in June, we met the Niblock family from Suffolk. They had just welcomed retriever lab Rebel.
We're hoping he's Rebel with a cause, though.
Hello, you. They volunteered to raise a guide dog puppy after BBC Breakfast shared my last working walk with guide dog Sammy.
Sammy is more important to me, and he always will be.
They were among thousands who stepped forward after we highlighted pandemic delays and a national shortage of volunteers, leaving many blind and visually impaired people like me without a guide dog. It's been 6 months since we last caught up with the Niblocks. This visit to the Cambridge Christmas market with puppy raisers Eve and Jess looks fun because it is fun. Their young student is learning without realising it. For Rebel and the Niblock family, a very merry Christmas day is set, and it will be a Christmas day they'll never forget.
Obviously, it'll be our first and last Christmas with him, so make the most of it.
He's such a big part of our family, and we love him to bits. But knowing that he's going to change someone's life, and the outcome that we're going to get from the end of it, that's what we've got to concentrate on.
The Niblock family aren't the only ones whose Christmas will be centred around guide dogs. Each of the 700 people here at the charity's Christmas Carol event in Manchester Cathedral have their own stories.
I got to a point where I just felt so sad, so lonely, and I used to go to bed on a night time wishing that I wasn't going to wake up in the morning because I just felt there was no life to live anymore. And to go from that place to a place now where I say I live my best blind life. He goes on planes with me, goes on my cruise ships on my holidays with me, takes me shopping, takes me to cafes. I seriously have the best life with him, and I can't imagine sort of life without him now.
Today I've come here with my buddy dog, Quince. He is fantastic and very hairy. He really helps me with my confidence. He's a life changer.
I have become an ambassador for the My Sighted Guide scheme, which is a wonderful scheme from Guide Dogs where you become a companion to somebody with sight loss and you get to do really fun things with them and go to places that they perhaps might not be able to go on their own, and it's incredibly rewarding. So I've loved doing that.
All here share a common hope, a hope that more visually impaired people like Ron are matched with guides like Hugo.
When Guide Dogs first asked me about him, I was actually on the Guide Dog website looking at a photograph of Hugo. I've had him since beginning of September. We've qualified, otherwise we wouldn't be here. I'd be lost without him now. We're out every day. We go through the town. Everybody in the town knows him. We go shooting, we go curling, 10-pin bowling occasionally, bowls. So we do get about.
It's brilliant what you're doing, and so important, as Sean will tell us and has told us before.
This is not the first time Hugo's been seen on BBC Breakfast.
I keep telling myself he is going on to change somebody's life for the better, and that's his destiny and he needs to fulfil it.
He's one of a record litter of 16 retriever shepherd crosses. Last January, his puppy raiser Yvonne spoke of her hopes for the future.
You love them and you nurture them, but you need him to go on to do what he was trained to do and what he was bred to do.
Those hopes have now become a reality.
Lovely to meet you.
She's meeting guide dog Hugo and Ron together for the first time.
Absolutely fantastic.
I'm so proud of both of them. Not just Hugo for having to do all the things that he has to do, but Ron, because I know how hard it is for guide dog owners to lose their dog. Their dog retires. Good boy. I was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis. It's a terminal lung condition, and I was given 3 to 5 years life expectancy. That was 4 years ago. I did as much research as I could about it, and found out that walking was good for my lung health. And I'd applied to guide dogs 10 years before, but I wasn't successful because I worked too many hours. So my husband says, why don't you apply to guide dogs again? So I did, I was successful. My lung health is stable. So while I'm helping guide dogs, they're helping me.
Ron's partnership is one of 450 trained this year. Around 1,200 people are still waiting. For guide dog puppy Rebel, more socialisation and training lies ahead. With the love and support of the Niblock family and maybe a smattering of seasonal magic, by this time next year, Guide Dog Rebel could make someone's Christmas wish come true. Sean Dilley, BBC News.
They're remarkable guide dogs, but there's a selflessness, isn't there, of bringing up, fostering a guide dog, training it in your home, and you cannot help but be attached. And they're so well behaved, and so they've got such a great purpose, and then giving them up, but then seeing how they change someone's lives.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could you do it, Mike?
Well, no, I was
Say
walking the dog the other
goodbye.
week, and I saw this lovely guide dog was in training, and the lady said, "Yeah, in 6 months' time." So I said goodbye to little Fluffy, I think it's called Fluffy.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, yes.
How